Hey guys, Dan Ward here at Ochiko Bushcraft. Well, today guys, I'm back up at high camp and I'm testing out a new piece of gear. For those of you who've been watching my videos, you know that a Bako folding saw is a regular part of my gear. It's always with me right here on my bushcraft belt, and it comes in extremely handy anytime I need to cut poles for a shelter. If I want to make a bow drill, lay in some small pieces of firewood, other bushcraft projects. I love the Bako, I endorse the Bako, and it will continue to be a part of my gear. The one place that the Bako falls a little short is when it's time to bring in a lot of firewood. It doesn't matter if I'm cutting, smaller poles like this, or if I'm trying for a big log. Which is a lot of work with the Bako when you start getting into, larger diameter logs. So I've been looking for something that I can bring in firewood a lot faster and a lot easier, a lot less effort. So today I'm testing out the Agawa Canyon Boreal 21 saw. It is a folding pack saw, which, by the way, I've got my Duluth pack with me again today. It's the Duluth Bushcrafter, and it has sleeves in the back, so this just slides right down into one of the sleeves, which was real nice. It made it real convenient to pack this along with my axe out here. But anyway, it's a takedown folding saw, and just basically unfolds and then snaps together. There's a little notch right here in the handle and snaps into place. It comes with an all-purpose blade that is supposed to be good for both green and dry wood. They also have a more aggressive blade that's $15, and I purchased the more aggressive blade. They told me it would cut dry wood faster and easier than the standard blade. So I'm trying that blade out first. I will try the other blade out later on and decide for myself which one I like better. So before I do this, let me knock a couple limbs off this pole here with my Becker BK21, which, as you guys know, has also become a regular part of my gear now, and the more I use it, just the more enjoyable it is. I have really liked this Becker a lot. It has become a valuable part of my gear, and unless I find something better down the road someday, I plan on keeping this with me. Okay. All right, guys. Tie my boot up here so I don't trip over a lace. So about ready to try out the Agawa Canyon Boreal 21 saw. First impressions right here. I know how my Bako feels. I've used it for a long time. In fact, that's all I had with me last winter when I was out here camping and processing firewood. So I'll know right away if this is going to outperform my little Bako or not. Nice, nice. A little faster, a little easier. I can see I'll be able to process a decent amount of firewood pretty quickly using this, which will be nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's some good dry firewood. Still obviously a little bit of work on breathing, but definitely a lot faster and less effort than the Baco. So with this Agawa Canyon Boreal 21 folding saw, which is now going to be a part of my gear, I should be able, in not too much time at all, get a nice load of firewood into my shelter. And this thing's light. It feels like it's built real solid. You know, I've only obviously used it to cut 2 pieces of wood, but I don't feel any weakness in it. And the saw didn't bind up, but yeah, it feels sturdy to me, and it's light. Like I said, it goes right down in the back sleeve of my pack, so it's going to become a permanent piece of my gear. Okay guys, got a little treat for you today. They've lifted fire season. In fact, tomorrow it is supposed to rain all day, and it is supposed to rain again Saturday morning. So winter's on its way. We've got temperatures now that are getting down below freezing at night. The rains are coming. Fire season's lifted. This is what I've been waiting for. So I'm going to walk over to high camp with you guys, and I got some tinder, a little bird's nest made of what we call old man's beard out here, which is just a black moss that hangs off the trees. It makes great tinder when it's dry, but when it gets moist, it'll soak up all that moisture and it becomes completely useless. So I pulled quite a bit off hanging branches this morning. It felt pretty dry, and mixed in some real dry pine needles that were also hanging off the branches. And I'm going to use my flint and steel to get my first fire of the new season going. I'm just going to build a small one because it is still pretty dry out till those rains hit. So come on, let's go over to high camp, guys. So, walking back into camp. You guys remember last time I hung up my little hand washing station? I had built a table out here and a place to sit, carved a bench out. And as I said, I got my Duluth pack sitting in here. And just to show you, you can also get a leather carrying case for that Agawa Canyon folding saw, and the leather case itself also slips down into the pack. And I'm going to set you guys up right here in front of the fire and see if we can't, well, it ain't fire yet, in front of the fire pit, and see if we can't get some fire. Okay, so what I've got, I got my striker. There's a place on the internet called Primitive Fire, and I really like their striker a lot. If you're just starting out and you're looking for a kit, they also sell a kit that comes with some charred material, striker, flint, nice little can. Okay, I also have a small container of char cloth that I made last year. Basically, these are just round cotton pads that come in rolls of about 100. And women use them for cleaning makeup off their face, but they make excellent char cloth. And then as far as my flint goes, this is a piece of yellow jasper that I picked up out here in the Ochocos. It's got a little bit of quartz in it, and it makes really great sparks. And as I said, I picked up a whole bunch of old man's beard, or actually picked it off the trees, and some dry pine needles, which I picked out of the trees. So I'm going to kind of work this into more of a nest here. I'm going to break these needles up into the middle of the nest and pull up some of the fibers on this old man's beard. Get me a lot better bird's nest made up. And so one thing you want to do no matter what tinders you're using when you're out here is you want to break and separate your fibers, and so you got smaller hair-like fibers that will catch the sparks or get a coal and get burning. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a shot. My method for using a flint and steel, and I will cover this later in a basics video, is to just lay the char cloth right on the very edge of the flint and try to land a few sparks up on it. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's glowing and right there. So I'm going to put that in my tinder bundle and see if I can't get this to blow into some flames. Okay, failed attempt, which does happen. As I said earlier, this moss does make great bird's nest until it picks up some moisture. And it did rain out here a couple days ago. It has been getting below freezing, and we have been getting frost at night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more pine needles in there, break them up real small, and I'm going to give this another shot. As you can see, guys, things don't always go the way as planned out here every single time. So you always need to have a contingency plan. I've got lighter, I've got wind waterproof matches, I've got my ferro rod. But I want to give this another shot because I'm still believing that I can get this going using some char cloth. So try it one more time. If that don't work, I'll break out the ferro rod and we'll try it. Okay. Got that glowing. I'm also trying to hold this down where you guys can see a little bit, which is an awkward angle. There we go. Just took a little bit of work, but there's my flame. So I'm going to get this down here in the fire pit. And I got some small twigs gathered up. I'm just going to start feeding them on there. And there we go, guys. I told you I was excited about this. I've just been waiting and waiting. Finally. Fire season is over. And I've got fire. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and like I said, I don't want to get this going too big because it is still somewhat dry out here. But back up here where you guys can see a little bit. Nice, first fire of the season. And get my cooking stick off there. All right, nice, very nice. Okay guys, Dan Ward at Ochiko Bushcraft. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. The Boreal 21 from Agawa Canyon saw. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Of course, I'm going to put it through a lot more work out here. So if anything does go wrong with it, I'll let you guys know. First fire of the season. Nice. And I'm going to throw some more pine needles in my bed back here behind me and get my bed built up. Patch a few places in the roof where I know that rain's going to come through, start throwing some more material on that, and just get things ready. And it's just about time for that first camp out, that first overnight. I'm waiting for it to get a little bit colder and knock all the rest of these ants out that are still crawling around. Anyway guys, Dan Ward, Ochiko Bushcraft, thanks for tuning in and enjoy yourselves out there.